Welcome to another meal prepping episode. So today I'm just going to be doing a really simple beef fried rice. As you guys have already seen from some of the other videos, I like to keep it stupidly simple. I don't like to cook for a long time. Pretty much all meals that I make can be done in less than 30 minutes. So let's get right into it. So for our ingredients, we have 1 kilo of beef mince. We're going to go 5 eggs, 1 bottle of teriyaki sauce, Chinese 5-spice, some medium grain white rice, and whatever frozen vegetables you want. Today I'm going to be using some of the mixed vegetables, baby beans, and edamame. Same as last time, guys, we're just going to start by getting our rice on. The rice is always going to take the longest, so just always get it done out of the way. If you haven't bought a rice cooker yet, buy a damn rice cooker. It's going to save you so much time. We've got our big boy pot out again today. For those who asked last time, yes, this is the pot out of a slow cooker. I don't have a big enough fry pan or anything yet to cook the volume of food that I cook. So I just use this for the time being and it works really well. First thing, slap that beef mince in there. Once our beef's done, just grab a bowl, scoop it all in and set it to the side for a second. That way we can cook the eggs in here next. Because I cook with fattier beef mince, there's quite a bit of oil that stays in that pan that's come out of the beef. So I don't actually need to put any oil in there to cook the eggs. But if you're someone who's using extra lean beef mince, it might be a good idea just to put a tiny splash of olive oil in your pan if it's not non-stick, just to make sure it doesn't all stick to the bottom. We're gonna add our beef back in. Give that a stir up, and then we go in with everything else. In with the edamame, in with the baby beans, and then frozen mixed vegetables. All up, I put in around 2 kilos of vegetables for myself, so it ends up being about 400 grams of vegetables per meal. This is going to put tons of fiber in the meals and help me keep a lot fuller for longer for less calories. So if you're someone who's struggling to feel full after meals, all I recommend doing is adding in some extra vegetables, and you'll notice very quickly with that extra intake of fiber, you're not going to feel as hungry as quickly after meals. Almost forgot about the sauces and spices, so we go in with the whole bottle of the teriyaki sauce. Obviously, you don't have to use pre-mixed stuff. If you want to buy like soy sauce, honey, and all the different ingredients separately, you can do it that way. This is just really easy, and I'm a really lazy person, so it works well for me. And then we'll go in with a generous, amount of 5-spice as well. Just helps to add a bit more flavor to the meal. One thing I will mention is normally when I eat this meal, I'll either add a bit of hot sriracha or chili oil on top of it, just to add a bit of extra flavor. You can also just add chili flakes into the recipe as well to give it a bit more kick. But personally, I like to throw a bit of this stuff on top and it makes it taste really good. Now that all the veggies are cooked through, last thing we've got to do is just add in our rice and mix it all up. But what I'm also going to do is I'm going to compare this recipe to a lower calorie version of the exact same recipe. So obviously this is more catered towards my needs, and it is a bit more high calorie and very, very large portions. So if you're someone that doesn't have as big of an appetite, or someone who's looking to cook a very similar meal but with a lot less calories, I'm going to show you guys how to do that at the end as well. There you go, guys. Super quick and easy meal that you can make pretty much at any time. It'll only take you 20 to 30 minutes. Tastes really good, and it's super, super simple. You'll see it's pretty similar to the taco beef recipe I did the other week, but that's just what I'm like. I don't need much variety. I can keep things very simple, and that way it makes it a lot easier to get a good understanding of how much food I'm eating, because I'm not throwing in a crazy amount of variety and trying to change things every single time. So for this meal, let's get up the exact calories. For this meal in these portions, we're looking at 850 calories with 60 grams of protein, 42 grams of fat, and 65 grams of carbs. So for me, that's really good. I'll smash 2 of these a day, and that gets me 120 grams of protein already, just from 2 of these boxes, which is really, really good. Now, let's say you're not like me. You're not eating as much food. Maybe you're trying to lose weight. Maybe you're just a smaller human in general, so your calorie demands aren't as high. Some simple swaps you can make to save yourself on calories is firstly, take the egg out. The egg isn't necessary, I just like having it in there because it adds a bit more flavor to it. If you take that out, that'll save you 70 calories. You can also increase the quality of the beef mince that you use. So I used regular beef mince in this, but if you use lean or extra lean beef mince, that can save you lots of calories as well. So the second variation of this meal, we switch out the beef mince for lean beef mince and only 150 grams, and we take the egg out. That drops it from 850 calories to 550 calories, just with those two swaps. You're still gonna get 46 grams of protein, but we're saving a lot on the fat. The overall volume of the meal is gonna be relatively similar because you've still got all the vegetables, but that's a very easy way to save calories on this one. Now, if you wanna go even lower, you can drop the amount of beef mince down. So let's say you only have 100 grams of beef mince in each container. You're still gonna get 35 grams of protein for 484 calories total. Once again, the volume of the meals isn't gonna drop that much because we're still eating all those veggies. If you're someone who struggles with hunger, add more vegetables into your meals and you'll find you'll stay fuller for longer. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. Obviously with the next ones that I cook, I'll add in a bit more variety. I'll show you some different recipes I use because these first two have been a bit boring, but that's pretty much what my diet's like. I don't overcomplicate things that much. I'll normally eat out once a week and that's where I'll get some more variety in my diet. But for the most part, when I meal prep, it's always a good source of protein, a good source of carbs, and a ridiculous amount of vegetables. If you stick to those rules, you're gonna be pretty set.